Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel. This is a guide on Havoc and how to play him, how I think he is as a character. So first, let's just see this special 3. uh, Special 3 is the main reason why Havoc is famous. Like, his special 3 is pretty crazy, the damage it does is just insane. And that was a variant fight, like variant 1 I think. But like when the opponent is around 30,000 to 50,000 pi, I think that's where Havoc shines the most. That is the level where you can just build up Havoc and then go to SP3, and one SP3 should do the job. In longer fights like here Realm of Legend, first of all, Havoc has basically two playstyles that I've seen being used the most. One of them is just heavy attack, heavy attack, heavy attack till you reach your special 3, and the other one is like use 1 SP1. It is, I think, the better strategy. It makes it easier to gain the plasma charges. Then you can do this feedback damage when the opponent has those 10 circles, red circles, and when you do the heavy attack, it does feedback damage, which is, it's not that weak. Like, it's pretty good amount of damage, and especially because like it's not like you have to be close to the opponent, like you have to be when with Mephisto's aura damage or something. So yeah, it's a really good source of damage, especially because Havoc, I think a big problem with him is that even though his special 3 is really good, but after his special 3, it's not like his basic attacks are getting anything out of it. Like, it's a big SP3 and then you have to build him all over again. So that is why I even did damage comparison between him and Mysterio against Winter Soldier, and Mysterio actually won that by a lot. And Havoc also has class advantage in that fight. I wasn't using any synergies, just the two champions with suicide. I'm not the best Havoc player, but still, like, I'm not the best Mysterio player either, and I made plenty of mistakes in both fights. Here I just want to showcase all of Havoc's abilities, but I just wanted to say that if he's like your first rank 5 star and you have other options, he's a good character to have. He has a lot of utility, which makes him good in certain cases, but he's not that versatile, I'd say. The SP3 is obviously great for shorter fights, for not for short fights, I'd say for medium fights. Let's talk about his utility. We've seen the damage, you can see the damage for yourself. There are other playstyles also, I'm sure that there are some ways to increase his damage, but I don't think by a lot. Utility wise, he has a very small power gain. If you see, when I'm not hitting the opponent, we are gaining a very small amount of power, which is not a big thing. Like, it doesn't change a lot, but it's good to have. Obviously, it does help in certain scenarios, and it's definitely annoying when you're playing against Havoc. Also, other things, his SP1 makes it easier to gain plasma charges. SP2 does some pretty decent damage when you have the prowesses up. It might be the way to go in some shorter, like uncollected level fights. His SP3 obviously does the massive damage. It also detonates the plasma charges on the opponent, or whatever they call the circle things on the opponent. Other than that, he is immune to incinerate, which is nice. I think a lot of champions nowadays are getting incinerate immunities, which but at the same time, like, they are needed for a lot of paths. Incinerate immune champions are pretty good. He also has a lot of projectile attacks, which helps him in against thorns, or against electro, that kind of stuff, and it is pretty helpful. It does make him a good option for a lot of fights, but then I think somewhere along the line he lacks poison bleed immunity, which makes him, even though like his main damage comes from SP3s, which means no recoil damage, so he should be suicide friendly, and he's not bad with suicides, but you either need to bring the Nick Fury synergy to get off the bleed, or he just keeps taking that damage. Plus on high level content there's a lot of block damage, and he doesn't really have any form of sustainability like regen or something. So he's a good champion, and but still I'd say there are better champions, and if I missed anything please let me know, and thanks for watching and have a nice day.